Hannah. I'm a student at the University of Birmingham and I'm making this video for Jam Jar Jill's Sustainability Sunday Eco Swaps. The swap I want to discuss today is one that I've made in my home for a few years now, and it is these vegan cotton food wraps. So the way these food wraps work is they're fabric coated in wax, and you just warm them up in your hands by scrunching them up, and then as you can see they become sticky. I'm going to use a small one here so it's easy to show as an example, but you just warm it up in your hands, scrunch it up a few times so that it's flexible, and then you can just press it onto whatever you need to cover. Squish it around a bit, and you can see I'm making like folds in the wrap, and then it is waterproof. It's better than cling film would be, or even tin foil, because as you can see, like, it creates a seal. And then once you're done, you can just take off the wrap, wipe it dry, and it is ready to use again. It's possible that a small waxy residue would be left behind on whatever you use. As you can see, if you rub it, it comes straight off. I have all different sizes of wraps. As you can see, mine are well used, but they're still very waxy, so perfectly safe for using with food in the fridge. They definitely stick better to harder containers. They probably wouldn't be so good for resealing like single-use food containers, but if you're storing things in jars or even like Tupperware containers, they're really good for that. Ones like this one, which are actually newer, you can see that it's like this along the edge where we have cut it. So sometimes they can come in a bigger sheet, which maybe isn't as useful. Good for putting around pans, or if you made like a casserole or something. But for our family, we don't have so much big stuff, so it's better to have slightly smaller ones, and then we cut down the big sizes so that we can get more use out of them. So here is an example of one of the bigger wraps on a bowl. And once I'm done using my wraps, I just make sure they're straight, fold them. This is also one we cut. And these small ones are so useful. We put a lot of stuff in these tiny glasses. I put them back in their pile, and they just store away so tiny, much easier than having a big roll of cling film or tin foil around your kitchen. So our wraps are from a company called Rag Wraps UK. And these ones are vegan cotton food wraps, but it is possible to get beeswax coated food wraps. Obviously that's not suitable for strict vegans who don't use any animal products at all, but we are not vegan, so I believe these blue ones maybe are beeswax and these ones are vegan. So they're made using 100% cotton fabric, so once your wrap is feeling like more fabric than waxy, you are able to recycle the cotton. It's UK grown, non-genetically modified plant-based wax, pure golden jojoba oil and tree resin. Each wrap should last between 6 to 9 months depending on use. So because we have so many, they tend to last us a little bit longer than that, but it just depends how often you use them. And here it says that they can be replenished by reheating in the oven for approximately 1 minute at 180 degrees. I have done that before and it does work, but I don't find it as effective as the wraps used to be. So although that is possible, maybe it's not completely perfect, but still a really good option for reusing and having them around. When you've completely finished with the wrap, it can be composted because it's biodegradable too, as I said. The formula we use lets the food breathe, keeping it fresher for longer. That's really good for fruit and vegetables, things that you'd be storing in your fridge. Wax wraps are a great alternative to cling film, foil or sandwich bags. Now, I am guilty. This is what I keep my wax wraps in. I'm very guilty of the convenience of a sandwich bag. but the wax wraps can be a really good alternative for that. You can just put something on a plate or in a bowl and cover it, and it's just as convenient. So it says the heat from your hand will be enough to warm the wax so that you can mold it around your food or container. So as I did, you can just squish it up a few times, and then you can hear the wax like activates. And for care instructions, gently wash the wrap in lukewarm water. If you need to use some soap, use washing up liquid, and leave the wrap to air dry. It's really simple to clean these. You can wipe them down. Definitely not safe for the dishwasher. But yeah, as it says, just a little bit of washing up liquid if they've gone dirty, or just wiping them down with water. They don't just have to be used for food, obviously. They can be used to like keep anything covered. But particularly I use them for food. I also think it's really nice not to have plastic directly in contact with the food that we're eating. So like this is just cotton and then natural waxes. So I would definitely recommend trying out these wax wraps. I love the Rag Wraps UK ones. I love any, to be fair. They're all pretty good. They have really fun patterns. This, you can hear like the wax is super sticky. It's not letting anything through. I'll just show you once more on the mini glass. So you can just like scrumple the edges in. It's the same way that you would use cling film or tinfoil, really. You just make it fit the item that it's doing. So then you can see it just forms this seal, and it's even watertight, which you do not get with cling film or tinfoil reliably. And obviously the wax is water resistant, so you can see it just flicks the water off, and then you can dry it down, ready to go, ready to reuse. And this one didn't even leave a residue on the glass. So yes, definitely pick some of these up if you can. They're a really nice gift to give someone. I mean, I'm sure that you could find a kit or something to make these yourself, but they're really nice because they have fun patterns. This was really fun. Just like fits the vibe of our kitchen. So yeah, a really nice gift to give someone or to get yourself.